Hey guys, it's Michael Mechanical here, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about some stuff going on. I'm going to give you a bit of an update. You know that I've been streaming the Pajero stuff. I made a promise I'm not going to be able to keep, so I'm just going to wing it a little bit and just be like, yeah, do some other stuff instead. It's going to cost more money to do the Pajero because we got to paint it. That's not going to be easy. And because I've also got to get this thing going as well, and the V6, so there's 3 cars to work on. It's pretty intense. I got some good news. There might be a company trying to make a position for me for work, so that's pretty cool. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to just walk you through what I've got to do. I'm not going to be able to show much, but what I'm doing is I'm going to be pulling this thermostat housing apart here. I don't know if you can see it where my finger is. And I'm going to be pulling it out to see if there's thermostat there. If there is, okay, that's good. If there's not, I'm taking the thermostat housing apart, maybe out, and I'm going to see if I can get a thermostat for it and get that fixed and sorted. Other than that, we've got this cleaner around the back still, and we're going to literally find one vacuum line, probably this one, maybe not. It's got a turbo, so I want to be careful about where I'm talking about it. I was thinking what I'd do is I take this off, put the hose in there, and I feed it in that way, because if I do that, it's more direct and it'll go straight to the cylinders that need the cleaner the most, which is number 1, number 2, and hopefully that will give us a bit more power. But you got to have it at 2000 RPM. As we know, the dash cluster is not in the car. I don't know if I've updated anyone on that. The dash cluster is not here. It's been pulled out. I took it down to a repair shop to see if they can fix it, and they said, yeah, we can fix it. I called them up yesterday and asked them how's it going. They said, we can't fix it, there's a problem, we can't do nothing until this part's replaced. They didn't charge me, and what we did essentially was he gave me all the bits. He said, you got to get this part made up or replaced or something, or else we can't do it. Your other option is to essentially delete that altogether, put a sender in one of the wheels of the car, and then also install a whole bunch of wiring and electric video into the gauge cluster in order to have the speed readout electronically. So that's with the Tata. So what I'm going to do very soon is I'm going to pull that housing apart, because I need a measurement. Water, I know what temperature it needs to be, 93, 77, something like that. That's the temperature range I've got to go for. I need to put a fuel filter in this thing. I think they are the fuel filters, are they? If they are, then that's going to be a bit of a pain to service, hey? There's a primary and secondary, and I'm pretty sure I've got the secondary. And then that's the primary before the fuel goes out, so I need 2 fuel filters. That means I've got to pull out 2. And I've got to prime the thing, and then... Okay, there's a bit of work here, but we'll get around to it. I don't know how long this thing's going to last either. I could do the fuel filters and then she blows. You never know. They're trying to get in the air cleaner. There's no guarantees on how long this car's going to last. Even if I service it, it could last a couple of weeks and then she blows. It could last a couple of weeks and then all the injectors fail. It could last a couple of weeks and then the injector pump fails. Anything could fail on this. We don't know how long it's going to last. We're going to try and see how far we can go with what we've got. And that's because we don't want to break the Triton. And as we can see, dirt keeps building up where there is clear coat. That's because there's no wax on the car. It hasn't been buffed or bogged or nothing. It's just been clear coated, painted with acrylic, and that's it. It's just for the protection. Doesn't look very protective at the moment. So, like I said, that's coming out. We're going to later spray some stuff in there. I'll do that with laptop and live stream that later. I don't have much time. I'm going to be doing an oil change on this thing after getting the thermostat sorted out. And as soon as I get the dash cluster back, I'm going to register it probably and be able to drive it again. So the reason I need to be able to drive it is because I might need the tray, hopefully by Thursday, to do a job. And if it can't get done by Thursday, bad luck. There's a whole bunch of junk we got out the back that needs to go to the tip. Then we'll have a tray and the 4-door, so I can take everyone on a vacation. Oh, the next good thing is I'll be able to go up to the grandparents, bring them down, go to Costco's, and go there and do some shopping with them and show them around and show them how much fuel is there, because it's really cheap. They've never been there. Also, if they need hay, we've got the tray for the hay, and it's a 4-door, so it makes it pretty simple and easy to get around. Anyway, I can't do much on the stream. I can't even stream it. I'm just using the camera talking about this stuff. That's all I can really do at the moment, because it's a lot of work to set up the cameras, as you've seen. Even though it doesn't take long, it's still time. Time's money, time is effort. Let's go and check out the Pajero. Now, we can't exactly do much of it yet. Not the white one. We know the white one's been painted on the roof. Well, not painted, but prepped. Because we're going to paint most of the car as much as we can. Do as much as we can with it. This is the Pajero. Still in bits and pieces for like almost 2 weeks now. Belts off. Water housing. And what we found out, because it's half a tooth out, is there's actually no movement in this plate, but there's movement in this plate. And we like that because it tilts a little bit. And it might just be enough to give us 1/4 of a tooth back at least, which should bring us back close to in timing. Not perfect, close enough that we might be okay. Because 1 tooth's bad, half a tooth's worse, because it doesn't make sense where the problem is. The crank has been fixed on this. There is no play in that at all. So that's another thing fixed. And that's about it. I don't think we can talk about much anymore. So I can upload this video to you for you guys to watch. And from there, I'll do what I gotta do. Because I got an appointment on the phone in not too long. That's why I gotta do what I gotta do. Thanks for watching. Catch you all around. I'll replace that cap if I do all this as well. But I made a decision. If I do this method that I'm going at now, I'll register the car. But if I have to put a video in it, I'm not registering it until later. A little bit later anyway. Thanks for watching. Catch you around.